Hi guys, this is Ross Algar, and this is the red-headed stepchild of World of Tanks, known as World of Warplanes. I say that simply because ever since the game came out, and it was hoping to be another hit from Wargaming, it turned out to be quite the opposite. During the beta test, there were a lot of problems that were highlighted by fan favorite there on the EU server, the Mighty Jingles, who had some very harsh criticism for the game. Some of it was fair, some of it I think was a bit unfair. Um, One of the problems with this particular game is that it has had a lack of players. As you can see right now, it is now Sunday morning at 9:33 a.m. There are 382 players here in North America that are on the server. So when I say that this is the red-headed stepchild of World of Tanks, that's not a joke. However, there have been a number of improvements over the past year or two um, as far as modeling and performance of the game, and I've come to find I really enjoy this. It's fun, it's quick. It tends to go much quicker than a game in World of Tanks or World of Warships for that matter. So if you want something fun and fast, I recommend you get in here. And one of the reasons is uh, World of Warplanes is tied in with your World of Tanks account as far as gold and free experience goes, and your premium time. So I have this is the same amount of gold I'll have in World of Tanks. This is the same amount of free experience I would have in World of Tanks. So I often come here to farm free XP. But there have been a number of things that have been going on that I've been kind of excited about. One of them are the missions. Now, they do missions in several categories. You can look up missions for your current aircraft. One of them right now is this ongoing thing where you can earn a premium plane, an I-16 Type 29. And basically what you have to do is earn 50,000 experience and destroy 150 aircraft over a period of 10 days. Currently, I think I've got 4 days left. So we'll see how that goes. But basically that's it. Then you get other like daily missions here that you get depending on what tier you're in. Now, I only have tier 4 aircraft. So I have to earn a 250 superiority points for destroying enemy aircraft in battles, of which I've got 65, and then I'll get 4,000 credits. On the Prowl mission, you earn a total of 2,500 combat XP in battles while flying a heavy fighter and attack or an attack aircraft. There we go. And then this is one of the most challenging. You have to damage at least one enemy aircraft with rockets. Now, not all planes come with rockets. You have several different classes of planes. You have the fighters, which are identified by a triangle here. You have multi-role aircraft, which are identified by an obelisk. You have attack aircraft, which are primarily for ground assaults, by an upside-down triangle. And then you have the heavy fighters here, which are an omnibus with a line through it, much like the medium tank in World of Tanks. So those are your types of aircraft. So they all perform very differently, and each aircraft of each tree performs a little differently. And when we give you a little highlight about that and why I think this game is challenging in one aspect and fun in the other. But we're going to start with my Tier 4 P-36. Which is, in all honesty, not my favorite aircraft. The U.S. line I find to be a little challenging, especially when it comes to the multi-roles, but the fighters are okay. One of the things that, when it comes to the aircraft, they give little notes, and if there's one criticism that I have of World of Warplanes is they could offer just a little bit of more information. Here, the P-36 was one of the most successful fighters of the pre-war period. Served in all air forces of the United States, Great Force, Netherlands, Norway, and China. But on the other side, to their credit, I mean, that's just an overview. Um, I suppose if you really want to learn about the aircraft, there's plenty of resources you can go online. So I think you can expand it a little more. Um, they're not as thorough as they are in World of Tanks, for example, or even World of Warships. They're very brief in comparison, where you might have 2 or 3 lines of information. Here you just get 1 or 2 sentences. The P-43, which first flew in March of 1940, the aircraft saw combat in China. A total of 272 aircraft of various modifications were built. Okay, again, you know, if you want more detail, you can go look it up. So, let's take a look at my fighter. My P-36. Now, this is the same... No, that was the P-26 I think in World of... or, excuse me, War Thunder. Gaijin, yes. Alright, so here's my armament. I've got two 12.7 cannons. These, I believe, are mounted in the... and then four wing-mounted cannons, 7.62. Got a standard first aid dressing kit, manual fire extinguisher, pneumatics. Now, there are other options, of course. Some of them are premium options. I found that these are the basics for the low tiers that I want. As far as upgrades go on this craft, it's fully upgraded. And I got equipment of an improved reflector sight, which that grants me a +10 to my firing accuracy. I've got improved covering, which gives me -20 to a chance of critical damage to the wings and tail, +5% to the aircraft hit points. I got self-sealing fuel tank, so it reduces my chance of fire by 50%. So let's go ahead and queue up for battle. Now, you'll be surprised how, given the few number of people online, how long this actually takes to get a batch. And you see average time in queue is 17 seconds. Now, for a while there, I mean, the numbers got so low in the game that the World of Warplanes staff and Minx had players gave option to go to bots. They've recently changed that. Every battle that I've been in has been against other players, and most of the time it's 15 on 15, which is surprising considering how few people are on this actual server. Whereas in World of Tanks or World of Warships, you're looking anywhere from 20,000 to 40,000 online at one time, depending what time zone or, you know, what part of the day is active. And then when you note that there are other servers, okay, so here now you see it's locked up at 48 seconds. This means we're going to go into the queue. So we really did not have to wait that long. And then typical of all wargaming games in the World of series, you have a timer countdown. You get a pretty amount here. See, 15 on 15, and these are all players. In fact, you'll see some of them here. It looks like, well, okay, there's one other clan member here and flying in an A5M at Grave. I don't see anybody else in the enemy team, but these are all players. So it's very quick to get into a match, which is, you know, I absolutely hate waiting 5 minutes in World of Tanks sometimes. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get some altitude here. And then typically what everybody does tries to go to the center of the map. Now, I've throttled up. I'm trying to gain as much as I can without losing airspeed. Okay. I'm going to throttle off here. I'm going to level off so I don't lose a lot of airspeed. I'll still climb a little bit. And the one thing you don't want to do is rush in, because there are people behind them. Here they come. Alright, we're going to go after this guy right here. They're on my tail. Oh, uh-oh, I'm in trouble. Alright, let's do some moving. I got him. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, one down. Let's assist this pilot. Anybody on my 6 looking at my map? Yes, I do. You know, one of these guys. Oh, he's a good pilot. Alright, let's help him. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Come on. I can zoom in with my mouse. Alright, I need to pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up, pull up. Ooh, that was close, almost did a friendly. I gotta watch my flying here. Let's get, oh, good job, good job. Let's go down a little bit to gain some airspeed. Got a fighter over here. Well, no we don't. Okay. Alright, I'm going to start climbing again. So far, 20 air superiority points. Not bad, not my best game. Only 3 of them left. But you see, we're only in the 11th or 12th minute here. Down. Level off, gain some airspeed. Now you do get assistance points in this, and I think you'll probably see some of that come up on the screen. Yeah, pretty much if you hit anybody and somebody else takes them down, you'll get an assistance credit. Okay, so they're probably headed over this way. There they are. Now, what I don't want to do is take these guys head on because their aircraft, attack aircraft, are very strong from the front. They turn like a cow, though. These guys don't stand a chance. Alright, got another one. That's it. That's game. But you can see how fast that is. And if you want something quick, you want to earn some free XP for your World of Tanks game, I really recommend you play World of Warplanes as well. It's entertaining, it's fun. Now, you will have games where it goes the other way and initially started until you really learn the secrets of your aircraft. Now, I don't use a gamepad or a joystick for this. I'm just using WASD and my mouse. So, I think ideally a joystick would work better. I've tried the gamepads and it's just too wonky. The actual little what look like joysticks on there aren't very suitable for me to control the aircraft. That may just be due to muscle memory, but okay, let's take a look at my results here. 31,941 credits earned, 3,278 experience. Okay. 2 aircraft destroyed, 45 air superiority points, 2 assistant points. Total not including bonuses, 14,627, and then this is after, because I believe it's a ×3 weekend, So here are the progress as far as missions go. Incontestable superiority, mission completed. Earn 30 superiority points and destroy one enemy, and you get a control. So now you do get equipment in this. You get here's a control surface auto room. That'll be handy for when I go to modify other aircraft, or this one. Now, we can come down here and we're going to take a look at those mission results again. Noticeable superiority, mission completed. Now, it gives you the highlights of everything. You don't have to actually click on it. Just hover over it. Accepted superiority. Okay. Chasing superiority mission complete. Sting like a hornet. I got that one. Alright, almost halfway there. Chasing the I-69. Okay, let's see. I still got 44% to go. Feels like I'm never going to get there in 4 days. It really does. Now, I've earned enough credits that I've got the P-40 Warhawk available. This is both a combination of my free XP and my aircraft experience here. So if I were to, let's take a look at the team score before we go look at that, and then we get a breakdown basically. Now, this I think could be dressed up a little bit. For one, it's too small. It's rather difficult to see. And while the icons are fine, I just think they need to be a little bit bigger. Now, there might be something in settings where I could adjust that. I'll have to take a look at that at some time, but just so you're aware of that. And then you get detailed report. Aircraft destroyed 2. We destroyed them by guns for 594 points of damage. I received 2 assistant points. And let's see, I just had 0 targets destroyed. My accuracy, now, this I find is typical. The overwhelming majority of the shots you're going to make in this game are not going to hit out at anything. So I fired 3,542. I landed 569. Now, of course, I like to spread my fire out, and as they fly through, I know I'm going to hit them and at least get some kind of assistant credits if that plane gets destroyed. But if I were to control my burst a little better, and my dispersion was a little better, which you can do through skills and through equipment, then this number would probably be a lot higher. But given the low tier aircraft, those items tend to be rather high up in cost and right now just inaccessible. So, okay, credits in gold. Oh, alright, so not bad at all. So let's compare that now to how you saw how the fighter performed. Let's take a look now at the, well, first let me go to the tech tree and I'll show you. Alright, so here's the various tech trees. You got your premium aircraft, right? Your fighters, your heavy fighters, which are not available till tier 5 in the US line. Your multi-role fighters. You have another line of fighters. Now, that one there, I don't know why that's an offshoot of this, but, you know, that's neither here nor there right now. And then you got more multi-role fighters over here. So basically, what the game tries to do is stick to what they think was influenced on this. The B-12 aircrafts, research from that split off from the B-23 and the B-26. And then each successive aircraft influenced the other. So in this case, the P-36 leads to the P-40 Warhawk, which if I wanted to purchase right now, I could. I'd have to research that between what I have in this aircraft, the 11,055, and what I have in free XP. Now, because I'm playing this mainly to gain free XP, I don't want to do that. I'm going to wait till I get another 3,345 credits in game before I actually research this, and then the P-40 Warhawk will become available to me. Of course, you guys, just like World of Ships or, you know, World of Tanks, you have to purchase slots with premium. Although the one thing that World of Warplanes has that the others don't is that you can earn tokens. Now, tokens you get for achieving certain victories. Like if you get an ace or something, then you'll get a token. You can either use those tokens to turn in and get premium time, or you can, you know, for every 18 of them, you get a 1 garage slot. So it's still very much a free-to-play game. You just gotta, you know, do well in your aircraft. But I'm going to show 4 different aircraft in this video and how they perform here. I'm going to take a look now at the multi-role fighter in this road. Now, this particular fighter here actually comes with, well, let me take a look here. Let's see. I haven't fully upgraded the engine, and I haven't fully upgraded the bombs. Now, I currently have 2 100-pound bombs. If I upgrade that, there'll be 2 250-pound bombs. Now, basically, it affects the amount of damage they do and the area of effect for ground targets. The one thing to bear in mind when you add bombs or rockets or what have you on the outside of your aircraft, on your um, weapon pods here, the one thing to bear in mind is that this does influence your aircraft's performance. If you see here, if I were to upgrade this, it tells me how, when I'm mounted, it will reduce my airspeed by 20 and it'll reduce my maneuverability by 9. And if I were to upgrade the engine, of course, then I would gain horsepower by 150, but it will add weight to my aircraft by 20. And that also affects its performance. As you see, I'll gain airspeed of 18, but my maneuverability will be -2 because of the weight in kilograms. So on this one, again, I have an improved reflector sight. I have a concealing livery, and this reduces the efficiency of any AA and rear guns fire from by 30%. Now, because I'm a multi-role craft, and I will try to find a ground target if possible, if I'm not engaging anything else, I will come under fire from anti-air, and because I'll be flying low, of course, and then I will come under fire possibly from attack aircraft or any multi-role aircraft from with rear guns. So that helps protect them. And then of course I've got the self-sealing fuel tank, which reduces my fire chance. Now I've got 100% pilot in this, and he is skilled right now in being eagle-eyed, so he gains a 20% chance, pretty much to visual range and awareness. And he's currently working on his second skill, so yeah, I've promoted him a little bit. Now, I don't think I have this painted, really. No, I didn't opt to paint this, and right now I don't really want to spend the gold. I'm kind of hoarding gold like a dragon. And we got our crew skill screen here. You could always send him to the barracks. In fact, you know what? I don't think I have anybody in my barracks. Let's see if I got anybody in my barracks. Nope. Everybody I got's in an aircraft. Okay. Alright, so let's try the P-43 Lancer. Now a little bit about this. I think I may have covered this already. Yeah, first fluid marked for this is the one that's all serviced in China with a total 272 aircraft. Okay, so you will see this thing turn like a cow compared to the last one. And I'm drinking coffee here, so I apologize for the sipping noise. Again, average time in queue, 44. Now, if you do go over that average time, it'll start to yellow, and it might tell you that to get another aircraft. My experience has been within 10 to 20 seconds, you'll be in a game anyway. So, for what it's worth. Again, another 15 to 15 match. So these games move very fast. And even though with the low numbers of people on the server, you're still going to get a game. And this is the mid-tier. Now sometimes the players will tend to play 2-tier and through 3, but here they've really gotten smarter about how to manage the server and get people in a game. Okay. Now the first thing you'll notice is I'm only flying at 520 meters at a speed of 393 kilometers an hour. I'm over on the northeastern side of the map. I'm going to take a quick look around, see who's around me. Got one attack aircraft. Now, what I try to do is I'll try to find, when I'm in a multi-role aircraft, to find those anti-aircraft guns and take those out early. Now, if I come under attack from fighters per se, or any other enemy aircraft, I'm going to drop my bombs right away to gain airspeed. Okay, so our first target here, I'm going to hit the shift key. Yeah, right there. I got to drop this quick here. I'm probably going to drop both. Is he coming after me? Bombs away. Bombs away. Okay, let's go after this guy. Diving. Okay, nobody on way 6. Coming under aircraft fire. Boy, he took a good chunk of health off of me. Now I got to avoid that as much as possible. Okay, we got a multi-role fighter coming in here. Looks like he's ignoring me. Alright, I'm going to let off my guns a little bit, let them cool off. Now you see that anti-aircraft fire I'm coming under, and that livery really helps. Okay, I need to take care of him. Oh boy, here we go. Well, he tore me up. Yeah, yeah, he's got the jump on me. Come on, turn, turn, turn. He's got better airspeed. Okay, I'm gonna break contact. Get the one behind me. Some damage here. Oh, he's a tight turner. Oh, hello. That was a mistake overshooting me, bud. I gotta be really careful here. It's very likely I can get killed from a friendly. Alright, there's the Bristol. Jet. Uh-oh. Now, at this point, I probably could go and try to take some ground targets here, but let's finish the game off on a good note. If I don't die. I'm still a ways away yet. I'm over in friendly territory. Don't have to worry about anti-air now. Yeah, he's going to go down. That's it. Oh, one more. Get my bearings here. Here we go. Alright, I got an ace, I think. One more, I got an ace. I got 4 kills. This guy's nearly at full health. Alright, let's go. Oh, he doesn't stand a chance. We got him. He crashed. But you can see the performance difference between the fighter and the multi-role. Not all multi-role fighters are depends on the nationality tree, really, how a plane performs and what have you. But that's typical of the multi-role aircraft at Tier 4 in this match. So, okay, falconry, I didn't get an ace. 5, I would have got an ace, that's right. But still, 70 points, that's a pretty good score. So again, good fast game, and I got 3,087 experience out of that. And then out of that I made 175 free XP. Not a bad game. Yeah, second on the team here. As far as in terms of, is that experience? Yeah. There we go. Alright. So that's your multi-role. Now, this is probably one of the most challenging aircraft to play. Your attack aircraft tend to be really slow. And pretty much attack aircraft are in the Russian line in the very early in the game. You won't see these in the other nations unless they're premium or at a higher tier. So let's go ahead and go into battle. Now, the one thing about the BSH-2 attack aircraft, I don't have a rear gunner. A very strong forward armament, and I have bombs. And it is possible to drop a bomb with somebody on your tail, and the blast from the bomb as they fly through it will destroy their plane. Now, it's very hard to pull off, but it's possible. I've done it. Not always on purpose, which is the funny part of this. But, alright, 45 seconds. Oh, there we go. What, now that wasn't even, what, 20, 30 seconds? So again, the queues are very, very fast. And again, if you're looking for something quick, this is, you want to earn some free XP for your World of Tanks game, this is well, I really recommend getting in here and having a little fun. And not hearing, listen to all the horror stories about that you've heard. As you can see, the game performs. Now, you might not like the graphics. There's some things as far as rendering, especially when you get low to the ground, that, you know, where War Thunder really excels, but not everybody can play War Thunder. I had an older computer when I started these recordings, and my graphics capability would not allow me to play War Thunder at all. But still, see, you can, so from above here, that's not bad. I mean, it's actually pretty good. It's when you get down to the surface that you start to see where the problems are graphically. But if all you're concerned about is graphics in a game, then you're not going to enjoy this. So let's actually go down here. Now you see my sight there. Shift, and then shift to get back. So the first thing I like to do in an attack aircraft is I like to go for the anti-air, take those out. And if okay, I've got aircraft coming in on me here. I'm going to turn to try to meet him. Where's he at? Where's he at? He's down here. Oh, look out. Another attack aircraft. He's going away. Oh, he's trying to come up on me. Look out, look out, look out, look out. Oh, this isn't good. Okay, let's just try to go. Let's get him to follow me here. Now, if I go, like, if I hit the tab key, not the tab key, the Q key, you can see behind me. No, I did not mean to do that. Well, you can see how hard it is to fly this thing. They're not easy. Alright, we're going to get out of here. We'll go back to the hangar. That was unlucky. And let's find ourselves another aircraft to fly. And we're going to look at the Blenheim F. Now, this is the Tier 4 multi-role or heavy fighter of the English Royal Air Force. And again, we're going to go into the queue right away while that battle's still going. But you saw how difficult it was for me to maneuver that attacker aircraft. Now, what I was trying to do was look behind me, drop the bomb, let him fly into the blast. But again, I mean, it was very difficult to try to get myself to level off in order to do that, and I ended up flying right into the ocean. Now, the graphics-wise, yeah, okay, from that point we're at the surface, it doesn't look that great. I especially don't like the impacts. They look cartoonish. And whereas, you know, War Thunder really excels in a lot of those areas. But even then, I think War Thunder has its criticism too. I've seen where the scale was completely off when you get down near the surface, where the aircraft look like they're the size of a battleship compared to, you know, the car or the vehicle that they're trying to take out once they come to the ground. So I think every game has a problem with scaling it to a certain degree, and it's probably an art and a science to render it. But from an aircraft point of view, as far as what they try to do here in the game, it's okay. Now, the one advantage you have in a heavy fighter is airspeed and your ability to climb and climb longer and peel off in a straight line. I do have 4 bombs loaded in internal bay. I've got a rear gunner, something my attack craft didn't have. Now you see, this is twice as long as what the normal beast would be because I have 2 engines. Eight, 7, 6, 5. Alright, level off. Alright, we got enemy contact here. I'm going to try to divert some of them here. Boom and zoom, here we go. Pull up. Calling for help here. Alright. Alright, I'm probably going to lose this engagement here. Yep. Probably wouldn't better for it to break off and just get out of there. Yeah, I think we're going to lose this match. Meanwhile, the attacker craft, will watch him here, see what he does. That's all that they really can do. Is they don't fly very well. Now this will be interesting. Probably a head-to-head match. No, maybe not. Well, let's see what's going on over here. Oh yeah, he's toast. He's not really doing a proper weave. He's just spinning. Oh, well, his rear gunner got him. He got lucky there. No, he's going to go head-to-head. Yeah, it's over. Oh, wow. Yep, there it is. Okay, we'll get out of this match here. So, one of the things I would really like to try to do is find somebody who would be a co-pilot with this and actually do some wolfpack tactics and aerial maneuvers, which I never see in this game at all. You'll very finally, occasionally you'll find somebody who are flying together. And even then, when I've noticed, they don't usually tend to follow um, your typical tactics in basic tactics in dogfighting, which one of them is a simple weave. Let me get in my I-16 here and I'll demonstrate one of those while we go into battle. If you see, like in this picture, there are the two craft here and here. Basically, if they got somebody on their tail, one would turn left, the other would turn right, and they would just continue to fly in a circle. And whoever's chasing one, the other would always, when they come around the turn, they would have a shot on them. That's one of the basic tactics, early tactics that were done by the United States Army Air Force. Pretty much it's always been a free-for-all in this game, and it would be nice to see. It probably exists at higher tiers. I haven't really seen it here at low tiers. So now we got a maximum queue time of 1 minute 20 seconds. Now I can probably at this point I can almost guarantee I'll probably go over 1 minute 20 here. It'll turn yellow and tell me I need to get in another aircraft, but you'll see very shortly after that minute 20 that I'll be right back in the game in a matter of no time. So here we are coming up on the max time in queue. Oh, no, we're going in. So again, even though there's few people playing this game, you're going to get into a match very, very quickly. You're not going to be waiting forever. Okay, now this is just for kicks and grins, and I'm going to show you what I do here on my mouse, or at least describe, and you can visually see the outcome of what I'm doing here with my keypad and mouse. I'm just going to go ahead and go to battle, let the thing calm down. Now, when you have somebody on your 6, one of the maneuvers you'll see people do is this. This really doesn't do anything, alright? As opposed to hitting either W and A or slow down and then do this. Now I'm using my mouse wheel too. You see how I'm doing that? And I'm slowing down. The idea is that you fall back behind them and then you're able to engage them. Here's the roll, barrel roll. Come up on the mouse. I have it. No, it was a partial barrel roll anyway. Okay, here we go. Oh, we got a low-level multi-attack aircraft here. Let's see. Yeah, everybody's going after him early. There's probably fighters right behind him. Don't see any. No, Suicide Scout, I think. Aha, there they are. BF-19. Looking at the map. Somebody, oh, here we go. me his belly. That was a mistake. Alright, let's see. Looks like they're doing fine over there. I'll give these guys some help over here. Now I'm hitting the Alt key here to see what his strength is at. He's going to go down. I might get to him before. I'm zooming in on my target here. I should have this guy. I'm closing in distance. Oh, look out! Hat trick. Okay, but you can see some of the aerial maneuvers you can pull off even with WASD. So if you know your keyboard, you know how to use your mouse, you can get acquainted with the type of aircraft and perform reasonably well in this game. Very rarely will you ever see the kind of outcome you'll see in World of Tanks where one guy just takes out 10 or 11, although I have done it in this game. But this is the typical results just flying with WASD. I mean, you're going to get plenty of points to build up your skills here. You see, I gained 16% in experience just off the first one in this game for my crew skill. I did a reasonable amount of coin and had a reasonable amount of experience. Now I got 5,131 experience. So this is World of Warplanes, and your host, Ross Algar, just kind of going over the basic aircraft and discussing some, typical tactics. You don't need a fancy gamepad or any other accessory other than your keyboard and mouse to really perform well and do well in this game. Unlike the higher ends of War Thunder, where you really do need a joystick or gamepad to get the fullest enjoyment out of that game, except for the arcade mode. World of Warplanes is well worth looking into. So, and I'm saying this, I'm not paid by wargaming.net. I have no business relationship outside of me being a player. That's just my humble opinion. So take it for what it's worth. If you like aviation games, it's free to play, it's well worth looking into, and you don't have to invest a lot of other peripherals, if you will, output devices, or I should say input devices, with your joystick or gamepad that you may not already have. This is a great game. You could probably play this on your laptop when you're on the go. Earn some free XP for your World of Tanks. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something from it. Please go ahead and comment, like, share, whatever, moan, complain, gripe, groan, of course, be nice. But I do value your feedback, and so far I've only ever heard from one of you. So I do appreciate the thumbs up. I even make note of the thumbs down, although I don't always know why. I'd like to hear feedback, please. So please leave a comment. And thank you for so much for watching. You guys have a great day. Good gaming.